The one thing I can say about change is things change, people change, everything changes, and I don't like it. I really don't. Hey, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Just Another Teen Life Crisis. I am your host, Kia Purse, the one, the only, the OG, the original, and I just want to ask, how are y'all doing? Like, how are y'all honestly living? Like, because we never know what's going on in other people's lives. So I just want to make sure I'm giving y'all a wellness check for how y'all are doing mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, romantically, just to make sure y'all are good, because I care. And just, you know, we never know what's going on. And we need to just be there for one another as always. But enough. We are going to get talking. We're going to get to talking today because there's a lot to talk about. Honestly, for me today, all I really did was just go out with two of my really close girlfriends. And we just talked about life, honestly. We did a little eating, did a little shopping, and we just got to talking. We just talked about, like, what's going on in our lives. And even though I already had, like, a planned talk about what I wanted to talk about today, both of my conversations with them made me really see, like, why I chose this topic and why I think it needs to be talked about, really. Only because, like, it's a scary thing, but it's also a good thing at the same time. But we never know what's going to happen. So we're going to get into today's topic. It's about change. It's about evolving. It's about what happens next. And let's get straight into it. Here comes the journal entry. Okay, I'm not going to lie. I did try, before I, like, get into what I think about my open answered question, I did try to record this episode earlier, and honestly, it was so bad. I didn't want to re-record this, but like I said earlier, I was with my friends, and they made me really, like, see why I wanted to record this episode now, because I was just doing it just to do it, but this time I'm actually doing it because I mean it, and it's gonna be a good one. Why is it after a breakup, things have to change? Honest to God, I feel like after every relationship we all go through, either me or the other person becomes a completely different person than who we knew when we were with them. Guessing it has to do with the process of healing or time. But that had me thinking, who are we really changing ourselves for? Are we changing for the other person, for their approval, or are we changing just to find a way to rediscover ourselves? Change is a good thing, right? I'm not even gonna lie. Change is honestly one of the scariest things to me personally, because when you are stuck in a situation and you don't know what to do because everything's just changing around you, you don't know how to feel. And you never know who to go to either because you feel like you're alone all the time. And it's just, for me, it's fucking scary because I'm gonna just say it. When I went through so many changes in my life, honestly. I think one of the major ones was coming out for me, because I had lost friends. I had to get, not even like my family's approval, but like things just started to change from that point on, because it's like, do you treat this person differently? Do you treat them the same way? Even, not even like for me coming out sexuality wise, but also for me, for gender identity wise, I've also felt like I've had to change. But honestly, I feel pretty much stayed true to myself and who I was, mostly, because it's a never ending, changing, evolving process that you never know what might happen. You never know what you might like, what you might like want to do. And honestly, for like that certain thing, it's just for like how the person wants it, not even for like everybody else around them. It's just that person living their life and not having to really change things about themselves, or things in life shouldn't have to change for that reason because of one thing. Another example of change for me would have to be losing people, or how I said in my journal entry, dealing with a breakup, but mostly just losing people in general, to like anything, to like death, to breakup, to breaking up with a friend. It's just really hard because it's like a whole different type of thing. Okay, so I'm gonna break this up because it's mostly between death and breakup. So I'm gonna go with death first, because death is just a hard change that's irreversible, especially when it's, for me, I think a lot of things changed when I lost my, like, I had been to a lot of funerals beforehand because it was mostly like a funeral almost every other month for my family. We've been through so much loss, and I've just like accepted death as a thing, especially if it's close family members that I've always been around and that I'm like, I'm never going to see them again, and it's totally weird. But I want to say the biggest one that hit me was my best friend, Allie, who did pass away. And that was a really big change because for me, that was somebody who was my age, who I was just with like the other day prior to this happened a couple years ago. So, like, I was with her the day, a couple days beforehand, and not seeing her after that was just heart-wrenching. Like, it killed me inside because that was a really big change for me. I'm like, went from being around her almost every other day to like never again. And whew, that really just, that hit hard. Like, it hit really hard to just know that I have to wait a long time to see her again, like, after death. Like, honestly, it's just true. Like, I know I'm gonna see some people when I die again in life. Even if it's people like that knew me when I was a baby and I don't recognize them or remember them, but like, I know I'm gonna see them one day, but you know, them not being here hurts a lot. Another big one is change in life, because there's a lot of things in our lives that change numerously every day. For example, like being one, I can be very honest here. My best friend just moved into a whole new apartment, and it's about, I don't know how far away it is from her campus, because she was in one part of California and now she's in like a southern part of California. And that was a big change for her because it's like she got a new job. Very proud of you. Lily, if you're listening, I'm proud of you, bitch. You my bestie. I love you. You do what you gotta do to get yourself to where you want in your life, as you should. And I have no problem with that. And I love her for it. I'm happy that she's changing things in her life to get where she wants. She wants to be happy. And will she be happy in life? Of course she will. She a Leah. She a bad girl, as she should be. But mostly just like things like that. Moving is a really big change. I haven't moved yet, but I know when I do move, when I transfer out of this college to another college, it's gonna be scary because I'm gonna be on campus and I'm going to be very nervous because I'm a very nervous human being, and it's a scary thing to just, I don't know, be in a new environment. Like I said, change is a process of healing. You gotta push yourself out the nest to do what you gotta do in this world. It's hard. It's really, really hard, but it's worth it. And I'm ready for that big step of change in my life. Especially like I don't know. I drew a blank for a second, but that's one. I want to ask a question to you guys that just recently came into my head. It was like, if there was one thing you could change, what would it be and why? I just want you all to ask yourself this. If there was one thing you would ever change in life, what would it be and why? I'm going to give like a couple minutes of silence, and then I'm going to answer this question myself as well, so. And time is up. I'm hoping y'all actually did answer that question, because I know I was also thinking during that time portion of like, if I were to change anything, why would I change it? If there was one thing I could change in my life, I would have to be honest and say nothing, but some things. Mostly nothing though, because there's just really out of my control. Like I can't change the past as much as I would love to. There are so many things in my past I would love to change. I would love to change the way I came out. I would love to change a few choices in relationships. I would love to change a lot. Mostly, I would like to change a lot of things, but I know I can't change them, so that's why I really say nothing. Because I don't have that power. Everything happens for a reason. And without that happening, where's the growth? Where is the grief? Where is the happiness? Where is the sadness? There was a line from WandaVision. So if you were an MCU fan, you probably know this, or if you did watch the show, you would still probably know this. What is grief if not love preserving or persevering? All I know is Vision said it in that scene when they were in the Avengers compound back in one of Wanda's memories. But he said, what is grief if not love preserving, I think. And I don't know, that really had me thinking. I'm just like, there's a lot of things that I cannot change, and I'm just okay with it, I guess. I'm really just now coming to terms with it and being like, okay, these happened. I can't change them, but I can change everything that may happen in my future. For better or for worse, it's gonna happen. And I'll be okay knowing that it happened, because there's not a lot. And hopefully it will be better. Because if it's not, I'm gonna have a problem. I'm really gonna have a problem in the future if it don't get any better than this. Because if it doesn't, big man upstairs, what are you doing to me? What are you trying to tell me? Because this ain't how we talked about it. This ain't how I thought you would plan it for me. But I really can't blame him. I can also blame myself, kind of, even though he knows everything about my future. But, like, just saying, we didn't talk about this. You really didn't. But in other words, if you are thinking change is a good thing or a bad thing, it's all really depending on the situation. And it's up to how you interpret it. In all honesty, you just have to make the most of it. You gotta you have to make it make sense to you. And that's really It's really it. It's no going forward, no going backwards. Actually, I said the whole thing wrong. It's only going forwards, not backwards. I'm sorry. I don't know anything about this. James, I told you, we are learning this together, you guys. Sometimes, I really think sometimes during these episodes, I come to have a Jesus moment. Like a come to Jesus moment. Not even like a come to Jesus moment, but like a realization moment. Where I'm talking and I'm talking and I'm talking, and I'm just like, did I just realize that? Did you just realize that? Oh shit, we realized that together. Yo! But yeah, change is all about interpretation to who it is, really. And there's nothing we can do about it but embrace it. I'm gonna tell y'all, if you embrace change, I'll embrace change one of these days. Because me trying to embrace change right now is hard, but I'm learning. And I'm going through it. So we gonna do this the right way, not the easy way, but the long, patient way. And that's all I really gotta say. That's all. That's all I really gotta say. I really hope that this episode helped somebody. I really do. I hope this episode helped someone out here who is going through some things that need questions about change, because change is just hard and it's just downright confusing. It really is. And if I made it any more confusing, I'm sorry. If I didn't make it confusing, you're welcome. Yeah, that's pretty much, yeah, you're welcome. But I want you all to have a great rest of your beautiful day, and I will catch you in the next one. I may be recording more now. But yeah. If you want, you can definitely follow me on all the social medias. They're all just Kia Purst. The podcast Instagram is also Just Another Teen Life Crisis. And I hope you all enjoy yourselves this weekend, because it's hot outside. Go have some fun. I know I'm going to have some fun because I'm going to be going to that Kehlani Blue Water Road Trip concert. And I am going to have the best time. I'm going to see my babies, Kehlani, Dustin Conrad, and Rico Nasty, baby. It's going to be a great show. I'll probably talk about it next week's podcast or whatever. It'll be a little special, be a little review, because you know I love me some Kehlani. They my baby girl, They go by they, them pronouns. Same here. I go by they, them pronouns too. I just love them. I just love them so much. I don't care what y'all say. I love them. But I'm gonna let y'all go. I love all of you. Please be safe. And I will see you in next week's episode. And we will talk really soon, okay? Mwah.